Hey, welcome back to Radio Lab 97.1. You're listening to The Ivan Show, and I really hope things are going great. Hope you guys are enjoying. I did say I would talk about, accommodation, and this is really beneficial for all you guys that are in Luton that want to know if you should be staying in halls, accommodation. Like, this is going to be really beneficial. The next 50 minutes is for you guys, so you should be listening right now. You don't want to miss it. So Richie, how have you been?
Yeah, I'm really well, thank you. How you doing? Thanks for having me back.
It's alright, is everything going great?
Yeah, really groovy, really having a good time.
What you been up to, by the way?
I went to see, I'm looking to go and see the new Avengers movie.
Really? So, what are your expectations?
Really well. I'm going to go see it in IMAX. I'll get that full experience.
Really, really high?
Yeah, really high. I want to know how Aaron Taylor does as Quicksilver.
Oh, yeah, he's come a long way, actually.
Yeah, he's bigger than he was in Kick-Ass, isn't he?
Kick-Ass,
yeah, he's put on a lot of muscle.
I know he's changed out. Yeah, he's actually matured as well. He looks really good. Do you think they've topped the first one?
Yeah. Well, from experience, from what I can see from Iron Man and the Hulkbuster, yeah. I hope. The thing that I'm talking about, I already expect it to be a really good thing to see. So yeah, I'm pumped. I want to go. I can't wait. I went to see the first Avengers 5 times at the IMAX in Uxbridge. 5 times.
Everyone's calling it Avengers the best superhero of all time. Would you agree on that?
What, the Avengers?
Yeah, the first one.
I don't know. Superman and Batman.
Dark Knight, Spider-Man 2. Those were great superheroes.
What, are you talking about the originals or the new ones?
The Dark Knight, the Joker, and Spider-Man 2.
Okay, the new Spider-Man's come out. Yeah, that one smashed up a lot better than the first one. The first one didn't even seem like Spider-Man. And Peter Parker is rubbish.
Superhero films. Do you think Avengers is better than those? The Dark Knight especially?
As a whole, I don't know. That's a difficult one. You can't swear. That's like saying, is that girlfriend better than your old girlfriend? Is that how do you feel about this girl?
People still talk about to this day Heath Ledger's performance.
Yeah.
Really great. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna go to the accommodation side of things.
Nice.
So anyway, obviously people that wasn't able to hear our...
Yeah, your music was on well out, which is good. And people could hear me and listen to your music at the same time, so yeah.
Well, obviously people weren't able to hear our interview last time. What can you tell us about Myletz?
Myletz, okay, cool. So Myletz is an up-and-coming business that's been in Luton for over 10 years now. We specialise in managing properties, looking after students, helping landlords, finding accommodation for students. We specialise in supermarket shops. We helped open up a supermarket on Old Bedford Road. Got 25-year lease, so we smashed. Yeah. Myletz has helped open and support like legal firms, law offices down on George Street as well. We're everywhere. There's no place we're not doing. When we were small and we're just growing.
Just keep growing and growing, basically.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's business. That's if you believe in something enough and you have high expectations of yourself and your staff, then yeah, you can go far. And if you give customers, landlords, tenants, students, people 100% dedication and honesty, and you give them what they're looking for, then yeah, you're going to get big business. I mean, there's other agents out there that have shut down after 6 months because they just can't handle it. Luton...
You literally started from the bottom and now you're here.
Yeah, the bottom. Yeah, we're on the street going, would you like a property? Would you like a property?
But good news is that you guys got emails from...
Yeah, we got some emails from students. I was quite surprised, how many we got. So we had to be...
How did you... Explain again. How did you get the emails again?
Okay, so we had a flyer up in our window. We put a flyer up in the hat box. We've gone on Twitter. We've gone on Facebook. We've gone on YouTube. We've told
promote my show.
Yeah, we promoted your show. Of course we have. Yeah, absolutely.
It's about time. Let me get a break.
I think you deserve a break. It's really good. We enjoy listening to your show. Yeah, and I know a lot of students enjoy listening to your show as well. So that's why we are happy to come down here and have a chat with you and give you our knowledge and experience.
Great. So I'm just gonna read the questions that.
Go for it. Yeah, looking forward to this. Go for it.
They're listening and they can get a lot of...
I know they're listening, yeah. So hey out there, if I didn't get to answer your question or I don't respond to your question, I'm really sorry, but we could only pick so many. But you can always continue to email me. You can keep calling us at Myletz, and if we don't get through it on this time, maybe we can bring it on the next show on another time, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. First, one of the emails, what they said is that one of their friends is leaving and they can't afford the rent. What is your advice? What do you think?
Okay, yeah, this one is basically there's 4 guys living in one property. One of the guys is leaving, he's going home. The rent is £1,300, and obviously split between 4 people, that's easy. But when one person leaves, that does affect the household. I mean, yeah, you don't pay council tax because you're students, but there are other bills that do come in on top of that. You've got electricity, gas, water, bits and pieces. And if the landlord hasn't already contributed towards that, then you're going to have to pay for it out your own pocket. it. My advice to them would be, first of all, well done for contacting us and letting us know that you're having a problem. Don't keep this stuff to yourself. If you're having an issue, you do need to speak to your agent. We would then go to the landlord and say, look, this guy, they're missing one person. Would you consider putting down the rent a little bit? So that's one option. The second option is you can come to us at Myletz. You can send us emails. You can talk to us. And what we could do is we could try and find you a fourth person to help take up that person's place in the house.
I mean, that's the problem. What if they don't like the fourth person? You know?
Well, then they've got a problem. And I know it sounds a bit rough, but when you're in a tenancy, it's very hard to get out of it. A lot of landlords want the money, and they when you empty out a house is usually empty for about 2-3 weeks. They've also got to redecorate and paint for the next people coming in. So yeah, always turn to your agent, and always think you always try and talk to the landlord, or get your agent to talk to your landlord. If they can reduce the rent, then great, everyone wins. But because there is that fourth room, it would be better. I mean, you don't have to take the first person that we find. You can always go, no, don't forget there's 3 other guys, they've got a decision on the house, they've got their deposit down, they've paid their rent, there's no problems there. So they should decide who's going to stay with them. I mean, I'm sure they can ask around the campus as well and speak to some of the guys or girls around here. But yeah, speak to us, let us know. If you need us to find you a new tenant, if you need someone else to share the property, come to us. We'll try and speak to the landlord. If we're not successful with the landlord, we'll try and find you another tenant to move in with you, which is which is better than not paying your rent, which that could just turn nasty.
But I totally agree, because sometimes that's the problem about this moving in groups. It gets a bit difficult. Like, someone will move out, it just something horribly goes wrong, and I'm talking from experience. So.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that's why some people prefer to stay at really good places like the Hat Box, because you haven't got that problem there. You pay your money, you've got your room, you've got the studio. It's not. Yeah, it's all about you and about. But then again, when you're studying, it is all about you. You are the top guy. You're the most important person around. You need to study. You need your peace of mind. The last thing you want to do is be worrying about your rent. You know what I mean? That's the last thing you want to worry about.
That's one of the things that take my stress. It gives me so much stress for rent.
Yeah, and losing credit. What's it called? Electric cards as well.
When it used to actually, I was getting a lot of texts from you guys saying, "Ivan, you're late. You haven't paid rent."
That's because we miss you. We miss you, man. We like chatting to you.
Yeah. The second in the second email, it said that someone said, "How much notice should I give the landlord if he wants to give me back deposit?" And I did give him 6 weeks notice.
Okay, yeah, that's good. You need to give your landlord at least 4 weeks notice before you leave the property, and it has to be at the end of your tenancy. So if you've got a 12-month tenancy and it's coming to an end within, let's say, in 2 months' time, a month before your tenancy ends, go to your agent, say, I'm leaving in 4 weeks' time. Please come and inspect the property 2 weeks or a week before, and then I'm going to leave. If she gave him 6 weeks notice, that's ample information. And if he's refusing to give back the deposit on the grounds of she didn't give him enough notice, then give us a call at Myletz and we will try and intervene, and we'll have a chat with the landlord. You only have to give 1 month's notice. But I would say check your tenancy agreement, see what it says in your tenancy agreement. And this is a really important fact for everybody, students and normal tenants and everyone around. Always read your tenancy agreement. Read the small print. If there's anything you don't understand, ask the agent that's in front of you, what does this mean? There might be things in it that are completely irrelevant to what you're taking onto that property. I mean, like when you move into a property, if there's wet mats on the floor, or if there's something wrong with the property when you move into the property, don't just take it as, oh, that's how it's going to be, that's how it should be. Say, this is dangerous, this mat on the floor is slippery, I need it to be moved. And if the landlord or the tenant says no, then he's go, well, we've got a problem, I need this moved, it's dangerous for me, it's going to hurt me, somebody might go falling into the hallway, anything could go down, I want it moved.
So basically it's just settle it right there and then, basically. Exactly,
get it. So read your tenancy agreement, make sure you know what you're signing, make sure that you've got all your money in place, you've done all the right thing. It's what a really important thing, because it's something that can catch you out. So exactly. Yeah, so if you try and give a month's notice. More notice is better, but yeah, if you don't give at least 1 month's notice, you do run the risk of losing your deposit. Yeah, so yeah. Okay. Give your notice.
This is really beneficial, because for these things I'm thinking, wow, all this stuff is
it can be, because you're moving from your parents' house. A lot of students are coming home from home. They have no idea what they're walking into. Do you know what I mean? It's not their bedroom.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
When I came to university, I thought I knew everything until I was shown the hard way.
The hard way, yeah. Welcome to your room. Yeah, the bed's on the ceiling, the chairs are on the floor. Yeah. Excuse the rats.
Lyndhurst Road is
right. Lyndhurst Road, yeah.
Never want to go there again.
It's a good place though. It was sorted. Yeah, it's been shut down
place, now. But never bring your guests. I'm just playing.
Such a bully.
Yeah. Another person said, my boyfriend moved in with me and the landlord wants more rent.
I'm sorry, what was that?
My boyfriend moved in with me and my landlord wants more rent.
Your boyfriend moved in with you. Okay, cool. Not you though. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm just clarifying that.
Hell no.
All right. Yeah, so she's basically saying her boyfriend moved in into our house, and the landlord's asking for more rent. Yeah, well, that comes under the terms of the tenancy agreement as well. You're only if you're in a 3-bedroom house and you're 3 people, you're only supposed to have 3 people in a property, unless
they're sharing a room.
They're sharing a room. Now, when you rent a property, especially if it's all inclusive, as in electricity, gas, water, internet, the whole thing, then the landlord's got expenditures going out. So he's planned in his head. He's already taken into consideration how much he's going to spend on a monthly basis.
So the rent has to increase.
Has to increase,
sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately. But then again, once I say the same thing again, speak to your agent, go and he will speak to the landlord. Look, some landlords won't mind, but if it's for a short period, if he's just coming to crash for a couple of weeks, or she's just coming to crash for a couple of weeks, but if they're going to stay there on a permanent basis for 6 months or a year, then it does alter the terms of the tenancy agreement. For example, if he falls over in that house and smashes his head, we are liable. It will come back to us,
That'll
right?
be bad on you.
Exactly. If there's a fire in the house,
Myletz are doing so well, so you don't want that.
We don't want to run the risk. Now, that's why we're trying to be as straightforward with the tenants and with the landlords at the same time. So yeah, you need to let them know, because the amount of money that the landlord's paying out then towards bills will increase a little bit. Now, I don't think he's going to put it up that much. He's not going to. We're not looking at hundreds of pounds. We're probably talking about £35, £40, maybe £50. I don't know, but it's not going to be anything that's going to completely break the bank. And if he's a student as well, or if he's working, why shouldn't he contribute to his girlfriend's rent? Why should she pay for him?
This
Do you know what I mean?
is relationship.
That's a relationship. Some guys out there think, oh, I'm just going to go stay at my girl's house. That will save me money. It'll save me. Well, that's not really fair, is it? You know.
You hear that, ladies? You know.
Yeah, I'm all for the girls, man. I'm backing them all up. Yeah. Make your fella pay.
I would pay for my.
Yeah. Make him pay. Make him pay.
This is relationship goals. See, we're teaching you guys relationship goals steps. So this is really benefiting you guys. Anyway, yeah. Someone else said, how much notice do I need to give Hatbox before I leave? Also, I went through an agency. Do I have to go back to an agency?
Okay, cool. Yeah, Hatbox. I think Hatbox is, you do need to let them know, but I think when you come to the end of your tenancy, you just need to come downstairs and tell them, look, I'm coming to the end now. They'll probably remind you anyway. They'll probably mention, do you know that your tenancy is coming to an end, because they're quite organised, that they know what's going on. So I would say just pop down to reception and speak to the girls down there, the guys down there. They're very helpful and they're very informative. They've got all the details down there. You don't have to come back through an agent. If any of the agents out there have told you that if you want to renew your tenancy and you've got to go back through them, that's incorrect. Just go downstairs. Once again, go downstairs to the receptionist. They're really happy to help. They're really good at their job, and yeah, they'll just renew it there and then on the spot. There's no need to go through any. You definitely don't need to go back to an agent and pay again. Definitely not. I mean, look, you can come back to me, and if you need some help or advice or to discuss anything, but in the instance of what we do when we put people in Hatbox, we're giving them parts. We're giving these tenants saying, look, we're basically saying, look, Hatbox is great.
Let's work with Hatbox, because.
Yeah, we work with Hatbox. Yeah, we work with them.
That I didn't know. There's so many things I don't know about
Myletz. Look, a lot of people want to work with us because.
So why don't you guys make like an Myletz accommodation, or are you already making money off Hatbox?
Well, do you know what? That plan is in motion. We're working on that.
That was my idea.
Okay, you can call it your idea.
If it does happen, I should get credit.
No, but on that note, so no, you don't need to go through another agent to renew your tenancy at Hatbox. You just need to speak to the receptionist, and I think you just need to give like a couple of weeks notice to say, look, I'm moving out. But I wouldn't need to. I don't want to say that 100%. I would always say give a month's notice. But yeah, go downstairs, speak to the girls down there and the guys. They're very helpful. Have a word with them, and I know they'll help you out.
Great. Someone else said, we want to move to a cheaper house. How can we get out of
tenancy?
Yeah, tenancy.
You can't. You can't get out of your tenancy. If you've signed a 6-month tenancy or a 12-month tenancy, you can't get out of it. But there is a back door. The back door is if you go to your agent. It's always about going to your agent. Go to your agent and say, we want out. The reason we want out is we can't afford it. We don't want to be here. We found somewhere cheaper. If we can find somebody else to replace you in that property, then we'll do a swap. So if you've got a 6-month tenancy and you've got 4 months left or 3 months left and you want to leave, then you come to us and say, look, there's a problem, we can't afford it, or there's an issue, or I've got to go back to my country, or I've got to go home, or we're not friends anymore, we're not talking anymore, we all want to get out. Then you'd have to stay in the property, you'd have to keep paying the rent for the period of your tenancy, and not a lot of agents will do this, only some agents will do this. We will try, if we can find other people to take the placements of that, then we'll do it.
A cheap house is important. But I have a question for myself, basically.
Okay.
This is a question for all agencies in Luton, and I hope they're listening. How comes, like, during the summer, okay, obviously I'm gonna try and find a new house.
Yeah.
But how comes these agencies, like, they think that we're made out of money, like they expect us to have so much money, all this deposit is a bit too expensive. Like, for example, when I lived in Lee Halls, an accommodation in first year, uni accommodation, all I had to do was pay my deposit, £500, and that was it. Boom, I secured the room. And I started paying monthly from there. But these agencies, they expect you have to pay deposit, then you have to pay 1 month's rent, then the 10% of this it's a bit too much for our students sometimes. What do you think of that?
Well, once again,
They think we live out of money.
that's a lot of agents then do. They do that. That's why Myletz, we only charge 150. That's why we only charge students like a half price basically. Other people pay 300, 400, 450 for like houses and stuff. Yeah, and students we only charge 150 because we want to try and work within your price range. The reason there's a deposit there and it goes into the deposit scheme, we don't actually get to keep the deposit, is to protect the landlord from any break or damage or loss of rent. So, and that's a legal requirement. That's not the landlord, that's not the agent, that's a legal matter. That's been put in books. You have to put a deposit down, and the deposit gets into the deposit scheme, and the tenants, if they require it, they get the deposit screen reference number as well, so you can check that it's actually gone in there. And I would always say, if you're going to give your money to anyone, a estate agent or a private landlord, they have to put your money in the deposit scheme, and if they don't, they're breaking the law. They've got to do it, and you can request a reference number. So because you don't want to go to a landlord and go, where's my money? And he goes, oh, I haven't got it. And you go, well, I need it. I haven't messed up your house. Everything's good. I want my deposit back. And he goes, well, tough. But if it's in a deposit scheme, you know it's safe. You've got a case. You can fight in your corner. You can get it back.
Hopefully, I get my deposit back.
Yeah, you're a great guy. We love you to bits.
I'll become fast and furious.
But I just want to hit on that just a little bit more. So it's 1 month's rent in advance, because that way that you're paying in advance of every month. The deposit is there to protect the tenant and to protect the landlord. So that is my only hit point on that. And yeah, other agencies, I don't know how much they're charging students, but I wouldn't imagine that we're trying to hit, because there's a lot of students in there.
Like sometimes they think we're made out of money. Like, I'm not exactly Kanye West, where I can just.
But you look like you've got the same jacket he wears.
Yeah, it's not like I'm Kanye West, where I can just boom pay. Like, sometimes it's hard for us students. Like, we're not. Sometimes it's too much. Speak to your age.
If you're having difficulty, if you can't afford it, that's why kids share. Why do people share houses? Because these houses, 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms have gone up. Like 2 years ago, a 4-bedder or a 5-bedder you could have got for like $850, $950. They've gone up to £1,200, £1,300 now. They're a lot more expensive than they used to be. So people are forced to share. So 4 guys at £400 each or £500. See, that's the thing as well. That's why a lot. Like, at the moment, I just checked today. There's over 168 properties in Luton at the moment that have been granted a HMO. Right? That means they've all got rooms, because landlords know that this Luton is a university centre hub for students, so they're trying to cash in on that. What you need, that's why I always say, go through an agent, don't go privately, because if you go through an agent, at least you know you're being looked after, your money's going to the deposit scheme, and you know where you're going. But if you go through a private landlord on your own, then you don't know where you're going to end up, or if you're going to get all your money back as well. And if you walk into a HMO property, which most of Myletz does, we make sure a lot of our properties are HMO'd for our students. We know you've got fire doors, smoke alarms, grade 5 beds, everything's up to scratch, and that you're in a safe environment.
That's true. You're right. I totally agree with you. Hopefully, when I'm this academic year in October, I get a house that's a bit nearer the university. I'm tired of this 2-hour walk.
2-hour walk, 20 minutes. Look at you with both your legs. You're fast.
Right.
You're Kanye West, bro.
I was overreacting. It's not even that long. I know, because on Google Maps it said it would take me 40 minutes, but it takes me half an hour. Well, on my walking pace.
You're lucky.
Yeah, but sometimes, because going up the hills a bit.
It would take me 2 days to walk that.
literally. The last final question from the email says, landlord said,
Can we read that for you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry
cool.
about that.
That's all right. Don't worry. My handwriting's terrible.
When you can't read someone's handwriting.
You missed out on the names though, because you got the first question was from Easy Rider, second question was from Fast Track, and the one about my boyfriend moved in with me is from a girl called Loose Woman. So
Loose Woman.
this is all the emails.
Are these their real
Echo
names?
3. I don't know. Sandman. Anyway, this is from Bratmill 89.
Sorry
He goes,
about that, guys.
that's right, Bratmill 89. He says landlord said I messed up his property and he wants to keep my deposit. Okay, so wow, that's quite harsh. If the landlord says you've mashed up his place and he wants to keep your deposit,
That's a bit mean. See, this is what I was talking about. Why do they take students for?
this is okay. So this is something you really need to watch out on. When you move into a property, ask, check, see if an inventory is being done. If an inventory of the property is being done, photographs have been taken. If not, then you want to ask them to make sure they do. So if you go into an estate agency and they say, yeah, we've got a great property for you, it's down the road, it's 19 Kings Road or 21 Kings Road, whatever it may be, or George Street. Before you move in, or on the day you move in, make sure you request when it's happening that you're getting an inventory done. And whilst they're doing the inventory, ask them to take pictures as well.
Exactly.
And also take
pictures.
And also take pictures if of any damage that you find after the person doing the inventory has left the premises, just in case. So you're protecting yourself. And once you've taken that picture, email it to the estate agent saying, look, after the inventory was done, I looked around the house, I happened to look under the bed, there was a big mark on the carpet there, I've just taken a picture of it, I've sent it in to you. The only way you can protect yourself from not getting your deposit back is that inventory list. It's important, and I can't stress to you how important it is, because at the end of your tenancy, the landlord will come to you and say, right, there's the carpets need redoing, or you've broken a door, I'm going to take your whole deposit. So poor students like, wow, that's $1,000, you've just hit me heavy. That's like, you've hit me hard. Too there.
Much money.
And the landlord, he's like, well, I need my house to be redone, you're moving out, I need to get it fixed. Tough. So the inventory, and once again, this goes back to the deposit scheme as well.
Yeah.
Because your money's in a deposit scheme, the landlord can't just keep it. He has to justify why he's taking £400, and the tenant has to agree to it as well and go, yes, that is true, you may take £400. It's not, he can't just take it, or she can't just take it. There has to be ample proof and evidence behind it. So I always say, take pictures, make sure you keep those pictures on your laptop, save it onto an external hard. Yes, evidence.
I don't care who you are, I'm taking pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. No, you can look, then there's a business, right?
But there's some landlords that do that, they take the piss. They come on.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I agree with you. That's why at Myletz we don't take the water. Yeah. That's why we don't do it. We make sure that we work with the students and we work with the landlords and we work with great promises like Hatbox, and we work with the great landlords who get their places HMO'd and sorted out. Like we got a property on Morton Road. These girls they actually smashed it. They made my job a hell of a lot easier. They got the whole place HMO'd, fire door smoke. Yeah, but it's good for the students as well. It's good for the people of Luton. So yeah. That's us in a nutshell. We're here for you.
Here for you. Well, unfortunately, we have come to the end of the questions that from the emails, but I really think that's really benefited the students.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Hope so.
Can I just a big shout out to Rona, my wife, and to the Myletz massive crew.
Massive crew, you know, Myletz, the best agency in Luton. I'm not sure, you know. Yeah.
In the world, man, in the world, in Luton.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
We'll come and take everywhere.
Really enough, how come these people don't want to say their real names? Because I know these are not their names.
Well, of course it's not their names. I mean, come on.
What are they hiding?
I don't know. If the landlord goes, what? He's not happy with my property. You can leave tomorrow then and get out.
Good point.
It's like somebody saying your address on the radio. It's just you shouldn't really do it, should you?
I'll get scared. I'm putting padlocks on my door, literally.
Oh, cool.
I'll get scared.
All right, big love to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And hopefully in the next interview that we do on Myletz to help the students, maybe you can talk about what you think of Avengers Age of Ultron.
I will, yeah. And I just want to say, keep sending us these emails. We love receiving.
Keep on sending.
Send it. It's info@myletz.com with a Z. It's myletz.com. Or you can call me on 01582 380 330. Yeah, any questions, or if you just want some advice, give me a call. We're always happy to help.
And you can follow me on Instagram, Ivan_IVEZ. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now, guys, we're gonna go back to the show. I really hope you guys if this has made you lot realize that accommodation is really important. Don't just move into a house just the way you want to, because you don't know what you're going into. Make sure it's the right house, if it's cheap, if it suits you, you know. So, and I'm talking from experience. You don't want to know what I've been through. So, yeah, but I
found him when he was living in a box.
Yeah, yeah. They found me living in a box. I'm joking. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we're gonna go back to the musical side of things.